Hey guys, finally he sleeps here, back again with another market video update. This is the 10th episode of this, so we're 9 weeks in. We've made some huge upgrades to the team, and I think we started out around 3 billion coins, went up to 8.5 billion coins. We came back down to under 4 billion. We're going to end this week between 4.75 and 5 billion, but I'm kind of cheating. So I'm recording this. This is prior to what I invested in. So this is not live. This is recorded yesterday to see how far I can go, and I'm gonna purchase all this stuff before the end of the weekend just to show you guys where we're kind of pushing forward this. I'm just kind of dumping all the coins here, so we're gonna skip ahead and show you where we ended up and what all investments we pushed this week, because it's going to be a skip week because these investments aren't going to come due for about 10 days. So I'll show you exactly what we're doing. All right, so this is current. This is Monday morning. This is after the weekend, and these are my tradable players. There's only 249 tradable players that are in here. But if you look, I invested heavy in splash players. And the reason being is this has been something that I've done the last few events because of the shards and the way this works. And I've also gone in on a bunch of 90s over the weekend as well. We'll look at those first. We'll look at the 90s first. The last week, if you look at the chart here, we've been doing these for a couple of months, the 90s. And it is a constant up and down, and it kind of runs between the lowest value on Friday evening, Saturday morning, and then the highest value about 12 to 18 hours after the weekly reset, when the universal rank players come back and that exchange is live. So it's kind of you sell them on Thursday, 2 days later you're buying back everything that you sold, and then you wait until the following Thursday. That's what we've been doing for a while, and we saw it getting worse. It was getting worse. It was getting worse, and then last 2 weeks ago it crashed. And coming into that crash, it's like we knew it was going to be bad, and the values didn't go up. They went up enough to recover your coins, but then they plummeted in value. So if you bought when they plummeted, at the bottom of that, like if you look way over there, the very bottom one where it says 2.33 mil, if you bought there, they came back up a little bit. And then if you waited the following week, they spiked again. So that's the jump, but that's a 2-week jump. So we've been buying them again, but the value on these right now, I think over the weekend you could get them down under 3 million. It was like 2.8, 2.9. So the plan is that these have to go up above 3.3 to break even, and they're already there now. So we have to wait till the end of the week. Not a lot of coins in these. It's, a few 100,000. So if you buy 400 or 500 of these things, it does make a difference. But it's an easy way to bring in a few 100 million coins a week. Not quite a billion coins unless you're going in heavy, and then you hope that there isn't such a lull or a lag. But that's still there, and hopefully it recovers from where it crashed, and we can kind of see this through the end of the current event. And I'm not talking about Splash, I'm talking about the pitch beats. So if we look at these 100 OVR players, the way I've been doing the exchanges with these, let's go to the actual exchange first so you can see what I'm referring to. So for pitch beats, we go to the gallery in the exchange. We have 99s are worth 5, 10 for the 100s, 30 for the 103s, which means if you're buying these things, and you can get the 99s for about 18 million, that's kind of their base level. 18 million for 5 points. If you want 10 points, anything under 36 million is an investment. Now, if you go up here and say, okay, if I'm getting 36 million for 10, 105 million for a 103 is about the value based on their shard exchange. Then if you go to 60, if you're getting 18 for 5, and you got to buy 12 of those things to get up there, anything for the 104s, value on this, anything above 200 mil, 205, 210 mil is about the equivalent if you're buying the 99s. Now, what we've seen is these values have spiked. The 104s go up to about 400 mil at their peak. The 103s have gone up to about 220 mil at their peak. And the 100s have gone up. If we're looking at 220 mil for the 103s, you can get about 60 to 70 mil for the 100s. And that's just been the shard value as it comes out. And if we're getting 60 million out of the hundreds, you're getting about 30 mil out of the 99s at their peak level on a main event. Now, you got to cut that a little bit when you come into a mini event like Splash. But it's the same kind of thing. We're getting, and it's, if you look across the board, that's where their values are. And they've started to come up just a little bit. But if we look at the 104s, we'll go 104 for Splash. The minimum value right here is 340 mil, 350 mil. So it's in line with what we expect it to be. But if we extrapolate that down and we go to the 103s, which should be half of what the 104s are, they're a little bit less than half because we're down to the 150. So the 104s are overvalued. But if we take the 103s and cut that in third, it should be about 50 mil right now for a 100. So, oh shoot, I gotta wait 9 seconds. If we're cutting that, here, look, it's 150, 155. Divided in a third, you should be about 50 mil for a 102 to 100. We'll go 100, which is the low side of things, and they're not. They're down at about 32. They are about 20 mil below where they should be. Now, if you cut that in half, that gives you the 99. We should be about 15 mil for the 99. And we're not. We're about 18 to 20, which is closer. If you take, let's say, 20 mil for the 5 point, and you multiply it by 6, you're now at 60 mil for 20. It's 120 mil for the 103s. So we're still off. This stuff is all pretty skewed, which tells me that the best investments right here are the 99s and the 100s. And this is a gamble, but as you can see, I went in, I've spent about 4 billion coins investing over the last day, and all that 4 billion is in these, and it is in the 90s, the 90 icons, which I will recover at the end of the week and then reinvest that depending upon where the Splash and the pitch beats end up. Because if we look at this, this has been the best time to buy is about the 10-day mark. It's like 12 to 10 days for the event, which is the weekend before the week it ends. Yeah, not the weekend of the week it ends, but the weekend before. So right now, pitch beats, the best time to invest would be next weekend. So if I can recover coins from the 90s at the end of the week, I will reinvest that into pitch beats and see where it goes. So that's what I'm doing. That's everything. That's the full rundown. Hope that information helped, and happy investing. Don't blame me if it blows up. I'm in. As you can see, I'm down to, where are we at? 572 million. I am all in on this to hopefully recover. I'd like to end this closer to 112 with the full Liverpool squad, and at least 6 billion. The other thing I will point out, I have been spending a ton of money. Not just on the team. The upgrades are all done. This is where the team is sitting. But if you pay attention to the old videos, I've never really been into training. Most of my players have been between 18 and 20, with a few at 25. I now have the full squad at 25, and I'm starting to take them to 30. And to be able to do that, there is this weekly, it's daily right now. You can buy bronze players it's 30 of them for 1 million coins. and it's not investable. You're pissing away money, but it is just easy. It's 140 million coins a week for a ton of training. So that's where some of the coins have been invested. I've been doing that since that has been available, trying to get the team to full 30. So it'll take another couple of weeks of doing that. But I figure 140 million a week, it's worth kind of just investing. That's it. Hope it helped. Subscribe here on the FC Mobile channel so you never miss any of the investment videos, the market tricks series. Finally sleeps. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep making videos.